Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been such a while since I've seen you guys, but I've been extremely busy spending some lovely quality time with family. But as you can see behind me, the garden is looking really abundant and green right now. So I'm about to show you a couple of things. We'll pick a couple of the harvests that are going on right now, and then we'll take it from there. So the thing that I'm most excited to share with you guys today is this beautiful addition to our yard. Just take a look at that. This, my friends, is my new hobby greenhouse that I've always dreamed about having for a very long time. And thanks to my uncle, my cousin, my auntie, we were able to finally make this dream come true. So this greenhouse actually came in a kit, and so I just never have had the time or the assistance to assemble it. We did put in a lot of work to lay the foundation and get it ready, and then thanks to my uncle, actually he did most of the work, I just helped out, but we were able to spend some time together and just really build this beautiful structure in the yard. And it just looks so amazing here. And like I said, my auntie and my cousin, we all kind of chipped in and helped out to make this greenhouse. So I'm going to definitely have some really good memories with it. But let's go and take a look inside and let me show you guys around just a little bit. Just look how beautiful this thing is. It's really kind of hard to capture how actually magnificent this structure is. You really have to see it in person to really appreciate all the details, but such a beautiful structure, and I'm so grateful and so happy to have this. It's getting really hot in there, so I couldn't stay in there for too long, but this was so much work, you guys. I'm not gonna lie, it took us several days. We ran into several different obstacles, like cutting the yucca palm behind it and just flattening out the hard clay dirt and everything. But anyways, there's no way I could have done this without my uncle, so thank you so much to him. Thank you, Uncle. I'm so grateful to you. And like I said, my auntie and my cousin helped as well. It was a joint effort with our family, and this is a memory and a gift that I will cherish for the rest of my life. Thank you guys so much again to my family, and I'm missing you guys so much. Can't wait to see you again. But anyways, guys, today is a tomato kind of day. There's so much going on in the garden, but the second thing that I'm most excited to show you guys is all the tomatoes that are ripening. So let's go take a look and let's grab some. Guys, just take a look at these lovely red beauties. Oh my goodness, and they're everywhere. And I had to put my sun hat on because it's glaringly bright and kind of hot already, even though it's in the morning here. So if you guys have watched some of my older videos, you might have remembered me planting out a bunch of different tomatoes, lots of different heirloom varieties and interesting varieties. So let's go and take a look, and I'm going to name the varieties for you as we take a look. And we're going to go ahead and harvest them as well. I don't want to keep them on the vine in case our squirrel comes back and tries to take them from us. But anyways, this one is Mountain Magic, and this is actually a type of cherry tomato, but they're a lot bigger than your normal cherries, and they're doing really well. Here, this tomato plant is a mushroom basket. Take a look at that beautiful shape. Absolutely stunning tomato right there, you guys. There's a little bit of splitting. That's not a big deal. I cannot wait to try these out. These are supposed to be really good. And this one's called a Silet's tomato, you guys. We had some caterpillar damage, which I'll probably make a little short on. But this tomato variety is pretty nice because you get these nice, perfectly looking tomatoes, and doesn't even require pollination. And over here, you guys, as you can see, I had put those stakes in the beginning of the season for my tomatoes, and they're all doing well. Some of the stakes were kind of leaning a little bit, so I just tied them back up. I never got around to actually doing the special trellis that I was planning on doing, but that's okay. Everything is looking really well in this tomato jungle here. So I'm going to grab a few varieties and show you guys a couple. So lots of tomatoes still coming. We still have plenty of time in the season. Freezing temperatures don't really start until October anyway. And right here, you guys, as you can see, we've got some wonderful looking green zebra tomatoes. So they start out like this, and that's why they're called green zebra, for their striping. And as they mature and ripen, they turn this orange, still with the striping. So Really beautiful tomato. Super excited to show you guys this one. This one's called Queen of the Night. Is that not one of the most beautiful tomatoes you've ever seen? Just look at that beauty. Look at how gorgeous that thing is. And I haven't tasted these, and they don't get too big or anything, but right now I'm just really appreciating their beauty. Just look at that gorgeous tomato. This one's an heirloom variety called Sart Roloise, and it's supposed to be yellow and purple. As you can see, it's kind of getting that way. Definitely looking promising, and I'm sure it's going to be super tasty. Anyways, you guys, it's kind of a tomato jungle mess in there, but I don't care. As long as they're producing tomatoes, they're actually kind of shading each other from this intense heat that we get, which is really nice, and they're producing just fine. And as the weather starts getting colder, which it probably will do pretty soon here in a couple weeks or so, we're going to get more and more harvest that we probably won't be able to keep up with. I'm going to kind of just quickly go through a few other things that are going on in the garden. So since we have the tomatoes on this side, I actually put all of our eggplants on this side this year. And as you can see, just look at all those white eggplant right there. Plenty of white ones right there as well. I love this variety. It's always super productive and promising and does really, really well here and tastes great. And of course, guys, as you can see, the archway behind me is completely covered in green with our gourd plants. It often makes for a nice little shaded cove area. It's always so amazing to see how those little plants that I planted have just completely taken over and made this desert garden so green and pretty. And as you can see, as I take you into this archway, completely covered with leaves. Such a beautiful sight every single year. This is one of my favorite things in my garden for sure. On the other side of this archway, of course, we have the cabbages still going. These are all-season cabbage. These plants are going to look a little droopy right now, but we have peppers everywhere. This thing is absolutely loaded with beautiful purple peppers. But just look at all of that, you guys. Isn't it the most beautiful color? And then I have this pepper that I overwintered, which is producing like crazy. And these are sweet peppers, and they're so delicious. And such a beautiful color. These two beds are full of them. All different kinds of varieties. Too many to even list, but if you look at some of my old videos, you'll know what I seeded and planted and everything. These are a type of sweet pepper, even though they look kind of dangerous. Over here we have my snake gourd. It's doing well. It's not as bushy as the other vines. The loofah one is probably the most aggressive one. The male flowers are usually a little shorter stemmed like this. And then the female flowers actually are much longer, as you can see right here. And they kind of have an L shape to them. We've been getting a lot of bitter gourd too. We've harvested most of them, so I don't have much to show you, but this is the kind that we have most of this year. They're doing really well. And this year I literally planted okra pretty much everywhere because I wanted a good harvest of okra. So here's one right there, and then this whole Buta bed is completely full of okra. So we've got a flower coming here, as well as an okra coming on as well. So pretty good production of okra this year, not too bad. Look at the sunflower, you guys. It seeded itself into the native soil, and it's just growing so big and robust. I have no words. They're so impressive. This one too. I love that these just came up on their own, and they're such strong plants, and they serve such a good purpose in the garden. And speaking of sunflowers, this one right here has to be my favorite one of the season. It's kind of on the tail end right now, so you can't really appreciate it, but I'm going to put a clip of when it was in its prime, and you guys will see just how amazing this beautiful sunflower was. Just one sunflower that came up on its own, and just looking absolutely striking, and like I said, serving a wonderful purpose in our garden. Oh, and a couple more things. This trellis behind me is the hyacinth bean. This is where we do it usually every year, and as you can see, it's completely chock full. We've been able to harvest a few hyacinth bean. Here's some right here. Super delicious variety. I absolutely love these. Look at that. Not only that, it's just such a stunning plant to have. Oh, and we need to harvest this guy over here. Let's take a look at that. These are a variety of bell pepper called Lesia. And as you can see, there's some sun scald going on here. So when it's a little too hot or the sun is hitting it a little too much on bell peppers, they tend to scald like that. Alright guys, well I'm going to end the video right here, otherwise it would take hours and hours to show you each and every little thing. I tried to highlight on some of the big things that we've got going on, but as you can see, I've got a pretty good harvest of a lot of good things here in the garden, and I'm pretty satisfied with this. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Stay tuned. If you like, please let me know. Leave a like, share your comments, and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next one.